Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? What's popping? Welcome to another episode of Blerd Lines Podcast. Man, we got it jumping in the comment section. What's going on Authentic Z? What's going on T Will? And what's going on Post? Good morning. Good morning.
Oh shit! What's up, Z?
We got another fantastic weekend of gaming news, updates, and everything nerdy for y'all. We got a couple things to go over today. We have, well, before we do all that, we got our two lovely other hosts today here with me. We got G20, aka Dadpad Gaming, and we got G Lady, aka Lady G, aka the Guns of All Gunners, up in the building. How y'all doing this morning?
Doing good, feeling blessed, never stressed.
Oh,
Killer.
you know
That's
what I'm
good.
saying? But yeah, I'm pretty good too, man. Thanks for asking. How are you, Perry?
I'm back from the dead.
Yeah.
You know, we all out here trying to feel better, get better, be better, feel better. So yeah. So I'm happy to hear that you're feeling good, man. I told you guys I've been kind of dealing with some health things myself. Thought I was gonna die, man. I had like a baby heart attack, like some shit went crazy. I had an accidental overdose on caffeine, and my blood pressure was out of whack. I had extreme heart pain. Oh my goodness, it was the most terrifying thing I've ever experienced in my life. And here I am, a week removed from that, and I'm finally starting to feel like myself. But the first few days after that was an extreme struggle. But we here for
Yeah,
another episode.
yeah. I had
I'm glad y'all okay, man. I ain't had nothing too drastic, but Jesus.
yeah, I had a sinus infection and COVID, and it was bad. I was out. I had a temperature of 102. I could not move, and with my temp, I was at work, and I had my daughter all night while Chaz was at work, and it was a struggle. Body was on 10. I couldn't move, couldn't eat. I'm just now getting able to like eat regular food because for the longest I could barely hold down like any water. I couldn't eat nothing, maybe like a piece of bread, and I'll be full for at least 8 hours. Oh yeah, we definitely missed Lady G last episode. You know what I'm saying? Lady G had to go into the hyperbolic time chamber. She had to go ahead and get some things right with herself, and it's okay because we held her down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
We had
we
Lady G.
absolutely did.
Absolutely. Anytime any of us need some time to go ahead and focus on self, we allow each other to focus on self and get everything. We understand that they're not never doing that alone because we got they back, full throttle, all day, every day.
Now booty shake.
Oh, I mean, sometimes you gotta get it percolating. You gotta shake what your mama gave you.
Ah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's always time for the percolator
Absolutely.
somewhere.
Absolutely. But
I miss you guys too.
oh man, of course we can never move forward without Lady G. But
Yeah.
we have an interesting show today. We have Marvel and Disney strikes deal for Stan Lee likeness. I have issues with that. New PlayStation Plus games lineup revealed. I definitely got some comments for that. I'm looking at you, Brian, you Xbox fanboy. She-Hulk trailer is out. She's not thick enough. Scarlet Witch movie and Daredevil series in the works. Yeah, yeah. And
Hey.
Stranger Things season 4 has revealed episodes over 90 minutes long. That's not the problem. The problem with that is Stranger Things spent $30 million per damn episode, and I need each episode to be perfect because with that $30 million, they let go a bunch of golden gems for this one series. So with that being said, I have thoughts on that. And CW is making Gotham Knight series. CW is the evil that needs
don't even say that about it. We gonna get there. We gonna get there.
CW needs to be stopped. Evil.
Get 'em out of here, Coach.
Oh, sweet Lord.
But before we get started, I want to give a shout out. We did have a guest today, and I can pick on him because he's a close friend of ours. Is Mr. D Rain. We had Kyle was going to come on the show today, but Kyle is a dad of 2 fresh little ones, and he has a working wife, and sometimes his lovely wife wants to take him out. So Kyle is busy today. He had to go. Oh no, his wife planned for him to go to Fresh Times to go get good food, and he said, and I quote, "Bro, I want to go, but it's expensive." And Kyle, when I tell you, I understand the cost of healthy food is expensive. I understand. My pockets hurt for you.
It's crazy. It's so crazy. But the good thing is, like, once you kind of get used to like what it is that you can buy, you can usually make enough to kind of get you through a few days, depending on what it is.
Well, actually, with this new stomach thing that happened over while I was sick, I can eat half a sandwich and be good for like 8 hours. So now,
nice.
Dude, it's terrible because I used to clean my plate.
You know what's crazy? I can totally relate. I've been doing a really light lunch, and then like for breakfast, I'm usually doing like a beet juice, spinach, and carrot smoothie with a little bit of with some berries in it. This week, for the first time in like 2-3 weeks now, I decided to do a Baconator breakfast sandwich for breakfast and some potato wedges. First time I had it in a very long time, and I was full from like 9 a.m. until like 2 p.m. It was like the craziest thing ever. I had to force myself to eat lunch. But
yeah, I'm full off a smoothie, and I get my day started. So it comes. If anyone wants to know, we have a sweat check within our chats. Usually I'm the one posting all the sweat checks because when Perry goes to the gym, Perry has beef with weights.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Perry has beef. I go hard. Why, I don't know. Even when I'm trying to get back into shape, well, even at the beginning, I don't know what is an easy way in. But I would like to go ahead and brag. My squat is 320. And we're going to go up to 350, hopefully 400 pounds in squat. And I can dumbbell bench press 80 pounds on each arm.
Get 'em.
So I'm no longer do deadlift because the risk and reward factor for that is completely dead. You'll have lower back problems. But 425 in college was my deadlift. So, ladies and gentlemen, where do we start? Where do we start? I got beef with Marvel.
You know what? Let's hold off on Marvel because, like, this week in particular, we've got really more like nerd culture, like TV and movie news than gaming news. So let's go ahead and get PlayStation Plus out of the way, and then we'll get into some TV.
Well, that's all. This is thick talks, bro. I have to disagree. Even though all of this is thick talk, all of it is thick talk because with PlayStation gaming, PlayStation Plus lineup, even though we've seen it, and I know me and Lady Gunner are going to have a moment with Jacks 2 and 3 because that's what we wanted. They are coming with trophies for some of these retro games there, which, if you are anyone here or gamers of that sort, going after the trophies is all that matters and getting that platinum boy.
Absolutely.
So being able to have these retro games with trophies into them says a lot of the investment in the development of this, of the PlayStation Plus new tier list that's coming out is phenomenal. And
it's going crazy,
bro. I'm super excited for this. There's a lot of good games that's being shown, and I'm going to go ahead and address this. We have a Xbox guy that Kyle told me to slow down on. Not to address, but I'm going to address him now. Brian is a huge Xbox fanboy. This individual said, I'm kind of upset about this this PlayStation Plus because you don't get Last of Us 2, no Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm like, out of those two games, you're upset about this. He was like, well, you get Last of Us 1, you get Spider-Man's, why can't you get those? So I'm
Red Dead Redemption 2 is actually on that list.
I think it was Red Dead. He said something of the sort. But he was complaining about those and Last of Us 2, and there was a couple things that I wanted to say. I'm like, hold on. You complained about Last of Us 2. You didn't even thought it was a good game. So why are you complaining about it not being there? 2, you've been silent ever since nothing of Xbox is coming out. Nothing. This year has been canceled. Your 2022 has been canceled.
Not your 2022 has been canceled.
I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Oh, look, man.
Am I wrong?
I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I mean, because it's hilarious and it's quite true. Because yeah, they're on the struggle bus. They are on the struggle. Like, and I said this last show, but technically right now because not Santa Monica, I forget what MLB's the show studio is called because they changed the name recently within the last couple years. But PlayStation and Sony technically has released more first party studio games on Xbox than Xbox has, because MLB The Show is a Sony product from PlayStation Studios, where Xbox has not released a single exclusive first party title this year. So that really depicts how big the issue is. How does your competition release more first party titles than you can release on your own console? You know? Exactly.
So there's that, and we can dive deeper into what we want more of on this tier list. But I want to have a moment with Lady Gunner. Greg, I'm kicking you out. This is me.
Hold on before you list, because I know where you're going here. I know where you're going, and I know where you are.
You see, he stopped us for having our moment, Lady Gunner.
Oh yeah. So, because this is what I want to ask, is I actually have a list up of everything from each of the things, from the PlayStation 4 and 5 list, the classic tiers, and like I've got the game list for everything. Do you want me to run down those and you guys just have your party when we get to that section?
No.
Or okay, well, go ahead and do your thing.
Well.
Get the fuck out the way.
Right. Lady Gunner, you said, hold on. No, hell no. That was it. Lady Gunner, you didn't say it with enough bass in your voice, and I'll say it for you. Greg, get the fuck out the way. This is me and Lady Gunner's moment right now. None of these games matter. None of that we care for. Lady Gunner, we have Jack's 2 and 3 on this list. Girl. When are we going to stream together, and when are we going to nerd out on how we got our boy in the PlayStation tiers, when we can have moments about
Jack 1 is on there too, actually, too, guys.
Yeah, Jack 1 came out free for PlayStation Plus. I already got that saved.
Come on now.
As they come out,
and don't forget Jack X Combat Racing.
We don't care.
There as well.
Lady Gunner, you see how Lady Gunner, you see how again he's trying to interrupt our party about 1, 2, and 3, and he's going to come in with Jack Racing.
1, 2, and 3.
Hey, look, man, I'm just here to deliver the facts. Okay?
You're here. You are a buzzkill. You're the type
F8X.
You're the type of person
not gonna lie. Never even heard of Jack Racing X.
You know what I'm saying? We coming in with the heavy drinks, the exclusive big boy drinks, and here he come. With White Claw. With the White Claw.
No.
Who wants White Claw?
Look, I'm just saying, y'all love Jack and Daxter. I mean, Jack and Daxter have their own kart racer with combat in it. Like, I figured you guys may be excited about that.
I did like Daxter's Adventure on PSP, but I ain't see the racing.
Yeah, I didn't love that one.
I kind of did. He got his own little life. I don't sit on your shoulder all day. You know what I'm saying?
That is his own little life.
You know what I'm saying?
But let's go ahead and make our way down this list here, because there's a couple things that do worry me about this list. And there's a couple things.
Do you have the link to the list?
Actually, I do. I dropped it in the chat.
I will. Perry has just now come out of a coma.
In the stream chat as well. Okay. But starting out here, as we look at the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium tiers, this is where our PS4 and PS5 games are. We've got Alien Nation by Housemarque. We've got Ashen, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Bloodborne is here. Celeste is here.
Valhalla?
Yeah, what is this? City Skylines, Concrete Genie is here. That's another awesome one. Control Ultimate Edition, Days Gone, Dead Cells, also an awesome one. Dead Nation, which is another Housemark title. We've got Death Stranding, and the director's cut is there, so that's cool. Demon Soul, damn, the Demon Souls remake is on here.
And they
We've
have the
got
original one on
Destruction.
there too.
Yeah, this is crazy. We've got Destruction All Stars, Everybody's Golf, which I've been wanting to try, just didn't want to pay for it. We've got Final Fantasy 15, the Royal Edition, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, God of War 2017, Gravity Rush 1 and 2, Hollow Knight, what's this? Horizon Zero Dawn, Infamous First Light and Second Son. We've got Knack, Little Big Planet, Loco Roco 1 and 2, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Miles Morales and Spider-Man PS4, and the PS5 version is also there for you. Matterfall, Medieval, which I think was a remake. We've got Mortal Kombat, Naruto, NBA 2K22. So you no longer have to pay $60 for the game, and then you have to turn around and pay another $60 to dunk in the game. You can just subscribe and then pay $60 to dunk. So you're saving. That's 50% off in my world. We've got Outer Wilds, Patapon 1 and 2, Red Dead Redemption, Resident Evil, which I'm thinking is the Resident Evil 1 remake. I'm thinking that's what that is. Resogun Returnal, which is my game of the year last year. Shadow of the Colossus remake. Soul Calibur 6 is on here. Tearaway Unfolded, The Artful Escape, The Crew, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered and its DLC, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, but only the PS4 version. We've got the Nathan Drake collection. We've got the the Lost Legacy, which is like the one that Chloe starred in, Until Dawn and Wipeout. So those are all of our PS4 and PS5 games, which is pretty strong. Like, is there anything now? Granted, this is the opening of this service. They said that we would eventually get up to what was it like up to like 300 games or some junk like that. Is there anything that is like a sore spot that you feel like is ridiculously missing at this time on that first list?
I have an issue with Last of Us being on there when I know a remake is on its way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
something that I don't mind being there, but with the remake and the way they're talking about how it's going to look, that doesn't need to actually be there. I would rather have that one as a service on this list. So there's that.
But I want to play devil's advocate on this for a minute. And it's probably not even devil's advocate, because what I think of when you say that is, remember when Rockstar made the original GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas unavailable, and then the HD remakes were just trash?
Yes.
So I mean, I can't really be mad at it, I guess.
Well, with this, the way people are talking, like from the developer standpoints and even some of the voice actors in the game, they're literally saying like you're going to see why this is coming out, and it's going. I mean, for it to look the way it is from some of the screenshots that's probably possibly been leaked, this game is going to look phenomenal. And Last of Us One
Yeah.
is a great game to have. Even though it's not something that I personally will say it's needed right now, but to have it is pretty cool.
I
And
don't
to
know. I think it's needed, man.
well, because Last of Us 2 was on the 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying? So it was there. It had its time. I
Yeah.
don't have an issue with it being here. It's not needed, it's wanted. It's more of a want at this point. Last of Us 2, with Fraction Wars, I think the multiplayer, it's more of a need to be on here now more than the remake of 1.
I feel like
Yeah.
they should have put it on the third one too. I feel like that would have made the game better a little bit.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing that I think Sony is thinking about, because the rumor right now is that this is actually supposed to be out by holiday season, which is huge, and I hope it's true. And the idea is supposed to be an upgrade of Last of Us 2's graphics to be more in line with the PS5, but have the Last of Us 2's mechanics. And I think they even said they're supposed to be like adding in like more open areas to explore a bit more. But the idea is, we know that the Last of Us HBO series is coming. So I'm thinking what they're trying to do is, if they get it out now, whoever's going to buy that game at the full $60 is going to, or $70, whatever it costs, they're going to buy it, they're going to play it, they're going to love it, or experiencing it for the first time, or if they're just replaying it for the umpteenth time. But what's going to happen is, just like with The Witcher, when that Last of Us HBO series hits, if it hits, guess what? Anybody who is a casual, who maybe they just play 2K, maybe they just have a PlayStation that's just sitting around and gathering dust, and maybe they do have a PS5. I don't know. Those people are going to at that point be like, "Man, I love this show. What? There's a game based on this." And what are they going to do? They're going to go and find the newest version of that game so they can go and play it. So I think it's a good idea, but I do agree that it is like in a weird point where you could definitely argue that it's not absolutely needed. So
Right. So
I'm still going to buy it though, because I'm a terrible human being.
you are currently a terrible human being. So I know terrible, and I think as far as the rest of the list, because I'll have this moment when Angel Greg, I will mute you if you interrupt our moment. For our tier classic games, we have. I don't care what anyone says. This is for me and Terry. Ape Escape 1 and 2.
Bro, that is for me too. I cannot tell you how excited I am for
Like,
Ape Escape, bro.
Ape Escape, it's going down. I don't care what no one says. We have,
me and Spike are going crazy. I'm telling you,
bro. I don't give a damn. Artland, Twilight Spirits. Was it Edge of Control? Or what? Baja? BioShock. Wow, BioShock Remastered. That's going to be an investment. Borderlands, the Handsome Collection, Bulletstorm Full Clip, Dark Cloud 1 and 2, Fantavision. I don't care what anyone says. Hot Shot Golf used to be my everything.
So just so you know, Perry, everybody's golf is actually the newest version of Hot Shot Golf. I don't know if you're aware of that, but they kind of like rebranded and I think tried to go for like a games of service kind of deal with it. It's supposed to be really good. I just didn't want to spend the $60 on it. So I think that should be a co-stream. We're gonna hop on some everybody's golf and go crazy.
I'm cool with that because I'll dress up and I have a whole fit for golf.
Boy, ain't no way.
I'm here for it.
Oh, y'all think I'm playing like
Let's go.
Harry used to play golf. Like real talk. If you know me, you know I played baseball my entire life. And Greg actually been to one of my baseball games, and he was like, "Bro, I didn't know you could throw that hard." Like, no, Perry got in. One of my secret passions, 2 of them. I used to play tennis a lot at VU, like Vincent's. I used to play tennis, and like one of the tennis players taught me how to actually hit the ball.
Yeah, it's harder than it looks, folks.
Way harder. Also, I'm really good at ping pong. If anyone wants to play, I'm really good in ping pong. And like my other one is golf. Like Perry loves golf. Like when we go putt, I really sit here and talk shit to Jazz. Like I'm going in. I focus in. I hit the ball. Like when we went to a putt range here in AZ. My first 4 holes, bro, hole in one. I wasn't playing around.
Oh,
I was in there. Even Livy was doing well. Jasmine was trying to stop. I was like, nah, I'm Curry from this point, baby. So then we have Hot Shot Tennis, IQ, Jack's 3, Jack and Dexter, The Precursor Legacy, and Jack. I don't care what anyone say. Me and Angel was about to go in on these games.
Boy, I ain't finna play nothing else. I'm finna platinum that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here for it. Then we got, that combat racing for, the people who bring White Claw to the party.
Hey, look, man. I didn't put the raisins in the potato salad,
Yeah,
all right?
you did.
Sony the one that brought the game.
Whatever.
I just pointed out that the raisins is in there, okay?
Go ahead.
That's it.
I'll up out my way. Then we have Jumping Flash. We have Kingdoms of Amalur, Re-Reckoning. We have Lego, Harry Potter Collection, Mr. Driller. I'm going to go ahead and pin that in the back of my head for later on. Rogue Galaxy, Siren, Super Stardust Portable, Siphon Filter, Tekken 2. Yes, I can't wait. Y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea how happy I am to just go to the Tekken 2 is. I'm telling my dad, like, hey, get you a PlayStation, Pop, because we have memory lane to go by. You remember how you used to beat me with Julie? You remember that? Your son plays fighting games now, and I am now focused. I have beef.
Right, come get some, old man.
For real. Wild Arms 3, Worms Armageddon, Worms World Party for our.
Worms Armageddon is dope as shit, by the way. So definitely check that out if you have never played it. It is ridiculous fun for no reason.
I'm here for it. And before we continue, I meant to say this for Livington. Baby girl has a house empty with no kids. Can we go ahead and get snaps in the chat for Liv? Snaps in the chat for Liv, because now she enjoys what we call the sound of nothing, the nothing of sound, silence.
Right. That opportunity to walk around naked. You know what I'm saying?
It's mad aggressive, bro.
Yeah, hey, what do you do when your kids ain't around?
I go to sleep.
Barry, you live the most boring life.
She said she in that bubble bath right now.
Oh,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
Why do I need, bro? See, check this out. You see my feet. Why would I want to walk around without them?
Oh,
like those need to be locked up in socks at all time.
I'm not. That wasn't even a reaction to your feet. That should have been a reaction to your feet. But I just looked at the first title on the PlayStation Plus Premium.
Dude, I know. I'm looking at it right now. I know. I want Lady Gun. Hold on. Lady Gun. Do you have the list up?
The list that he put in the chat?
Yeah. I want you to read the PS3 games, because it's on. When I tell you it's on.
Oh, let's see the PS3 one.
As you got
to scroll down. It's the one segmented in gray.
Asura's Wrath?
Yes.
Yes.
Devil May Cry. Hot Shot Golf, man. Famous 2? Ninja Gaiden. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah.
What?
They got some heat on here. Girl, we gotta get people the whole
Ratchet
list.
And Clank, 3 Ratchet and Clanks in the building.
We gotta get people the whole list.
You gotta give them the whole list.
Look, she just trying to give you the highlights, okay?
Castlevania, Lord of Shadows 2, Crash Commando, Demon Souls, Devil May Cry HD, Echo Chrome. What is that?
Echo Chrome is a puzzler game.
Enslaved Odyssey to the West, Fear.
Hold on. Before you continue, I want you to understand, Fear is a phenomenal horror game. I cannot wait. I can't wait to be terrified.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one.
Is it scarier than Dead Space?
It's debatable.
It's debatable. It depends on what you're. Well, I like both. Dead Space is a different type of scared of just.
Man, Dead Space be having me about to poop myself. Now I've been playing it. I'll watch it and be like, my stomach.
She said, "You almost had me had to poop myself."
Please don't poop yourself.
Dead Space scared me. You talking about this debatable? I would not be
Didn't
here.
that happen to us? Remember
yes, we went to the movies. It was so
God. So we went to go see like the whole squad. Like we went to go see Paranormal Activity. I don't remember which one.
It was the third. People. It was the third one. I remember it. It was the third one. But
you know those movies like slow burn, and once they get to the end, shit gets real. This dude, like, we took up like almost the entire row except for like 2 seats. These 2 people that broke up our row that we were trying to take over, like one of them, like as it got to the end and the old ladies popped out and start like chasing after them, and and it got real. Dude shat himself and ran out. Oh my god!
Holding his ass. It was the funniest thing. So we don't go to movies. Go, Angel. If you ever go to the movies with us, make sure it's not a horror film, because Perry's.
But I could watch horror movies all day. It'd be the scary games.
Family. When I tell you it's a comedy show, fucking with us, because I'm gonna say something. So Greg, you remember when It's the Love Below movie we went to go see? There was a moment where there was a creep that walked past the window. Next thing you hear was Perry was how I slide up in your DMs. Greg,
yeah, dude.
Screaming.
It was like it was like as so low, far below, or so. I forget what
It's
the name
called
of
The Love
movie is.
Below. That's the movie.
That's what we call this movie, though, The Love Below. But yeah, it was a bad time. Like, I apologize to anybody that was in that theater that day because like there were so many shenanigans and tomfoolery going on.
Right. I didn't mean to
Yeah.
slow you down on the list, Angel. Go ahead, finish for the people.
It's okay. Fear, Hot Shot Golf Out of Bounds, Hot Shot Golf World Invitational. Is that Ico?
Yep,
Ico?
Ico. You got it, Ico.
Ico. Never heard of that either. Jesus.
Yeah, that's a really good one
That's
too. Actually,
if you ever play Shadow of Colossus, those are the people that made that one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Infamous 2, Infamous Festival of Blood. Never played that one. I'm gonna have to add that.
Ooh.
yeah. You definitely
add
check
that.
that out.
Loco Roco, Coco Reco. What the heck? Loco Roco. Okay. Lost Planet 2.
Coco. Oh, yeah.
Man.
Rocho? La Cucaracha?
La
Yeah,
Cucaracha.
cool. Got
Lost
it.
Planet 2, Motorstorm Apocalypse, Motorstorm RC, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. I don't know if you played Ninja Gaiden 3.
Rage inducing.
Out here. Yes.
Yeah, it can be.
Can be. It is.
Puppeteer, Rain. Is that like the Heavy Rain game? Or is that
No,
something
no.
different?
That's something different.
Ratchet and Clank A Crack in Time, Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus, Ratchet and Clank Quest for Booty.
Oh,
Quest for Booty. Make sure you check that out. Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmare, Resistance 3, Super Stardust, Tokyo Jungle, and When Vikings Attack. Never. I have some games on here I've never heard before. That's crazy.
yeah. So, this is my thing. Honestly, this is a pretty solid list.
Starting
But
off, remember, this is a starting off list.
But this is my concern. I don't know if you remember, but last week I had mentioned that there were rumors that they were removing some titles from PlayStation Plus. I mean, from PlayStation Now. Now, for the most part, like, I'll say not all of them, but maybe about 70% of the games on this list are actually on PlayStation Now as of this very second. But what scares me is there is one game that is not here that should absolutely be here, and that is Metal Gear Solid 4. And that scares me. Because if PlayStation Now is going away, the only way that you can play that amazing classic and piece of video game history is by actually physically owning a PS3. Because again, emulators for PS3s are still ridiculously difficult to deal with and install and handle just because of the way that system was created and the architecture behind it. And I'm scared, man. I think I'm actually probably going to hop on PlayStation Now this week and play through Metal Gear Solid 4 because we may not be able to play it again, at least for a while until they re-release it. But you know, Konami is kind of doing weird stuff right now still.
Doing weird stuff now? You mean they've been doing weird stuff?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been almost 10 years since they've kind of been on this weird train at this moment. So, you know, I'm a little worried about that one. I do know that the Metal Gear HD collections, which has 2 through 2, 3, and then Peace Walker. I know those got pulled from storefronts because they had like a copyright reason. You know, they use a lot of like live like footage and news footage in those. So those were pulled because there was like a copyright issue with one of those scenes that they have to like edit and hopefully re-release. And then on the PS1 tier as well, because PS1 games will be available, we haven't heard anything yet about the original Metal Gear Solid. So I'm hoping that we hear something and we get a re-release for those if they're not going to be on the PlayStation Plus. But all in all, like, I think this is a very, very strong lineup to PlayStation. I mean, to Game Pass, because like me, I own like 70% of these games. But for someone who is coming over from Xbox, someone who is maybe just getting back into gaming or just looking for something for their kids, there's a lot of good stuff on this list. So I'm excited about it. What about you guys? Because I know you guys said that you weren't like necessarily in on the purchase yet. Have you guys changed how you feel about like subscribing for the premium or the plus? Was it Plus Pro? I forget what it is. But are you guys upgrading?
I might still just like subscribe regular because like even my PlayStation Plus, I get the $10 a month one. I never bought the year one out. I'm just a cheap person like that, so but
Oh my God,
I'm still gonna check it out.
you're not the cheap person. You're paying $120 a year when you could pay 60 a year. So technically, you're actually a baller and paying double the price.
I'm still at that $10 a month.
I'm not mad at you. Not
Perry,
mad at you.
Perry's investing because Ashura's Wrath, Jax 1 through 3, and Ape Escape. I Am Better Humans, and then there's Hot Shot, and these are and I'm trying to see which one's going to be having trophies because I wasn't into trophy hunting when it came to like the infamous series. Now it's time to thicken up that platinum trophy case.
Oh, yes.
It's time to thicken it up.
It's crazy. I would have to check my list, but I think I'm only like 4 trophies away from the platinum on the original Infamous. So I might have to fire that back up and play through the game and get those trophies.
I just want to let somebody know, particular someone on this panel, that I've been on Angel. I've been on a 10-year journey for a particular platinum trophy.
Oh no!
I have found a way to get these books. So, Skyrim, your days are numbered.
You finna platinum Skyrim?
Bastard is going down.
So I remember it was the PS3 version you were trying to. So are you starting over from scratch on like the PS4, PS5 version? Or
no, Playboy. It's I got the remaster version, and that's when I started the trophy hunt, and then it's the same. So I got it on my hard drive on my PS5. We're gonna get all these books, and then when I platinum it, I'm going to hard delete this bad boy. Hard delete.
Right, you gotta punt it.
Oh, it's gone. Like I did Elden Ring. I'm punting it. Like I'm done.
Yeah, it's like. But the ultimate way to be done with that, you gotta go ahead. You gotta go and buy the cheapest external hard drive you can find. You gotta beat the game. You gotta transfer it to that external hard drive, and then you gotta take it outside, light it on fire, and then house dump it. Okay?
Like, dude,
just macho man elbow on that bad boy. Like, get rid of it,
bro. Yeah, Angel. I hate it is a love-hate relationship with this game. I'm talking. I did glitches for some of these cheats. Bro. I am done.
I actually have fun on Skyrim, so that's kind of sad to hear. I'm sorry you experienced that.
When you're like, if I'm just playing, it's great. But for some reason, every time I want to do a new build, I end up being the greatest assassin known to man. So there's that.
That's because stealth is overpowered.
It is, and it's beautiful. But like I said, man, PlayStation Plus lineup, I'm excited. I can't wait to invest into it. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm playing that song T-Will, and I'm playing the song, and I'm playing that same exact. I'm gonna do a montage and I'm gonna post it. It's gonna be my first ever. It's I'm not even gonna. I ain't gonna lie. This is gonna be my first TikTok. I'm gonna make a TikTok and I'm just gonna post me posting. Post me beating the hell out of that damn hard drive.
Beat it like Brian Stewie beat the record, please.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna have the record playing.
I'm here for it.
It's my first and only TikTok. So we have that. Now, talking about
people said they gave me a year.
Getting a yearly boy. So which tier do you guys? What tier are you guys going to invest in? I know G's going to get that bad boy, that thick boy. That he already got it.
I already got it, yeah. So I'm good to go.
So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna get the big boy tier. There's some games I want to play, because unlike a lot of these people out here in the gaming Twitter universe revealed, to me, gaming is not dead. It's only getting better to me, because Sony aims to be
original.
Yeah.
So I might have to get the big tier. The tier y'all getting has PS5 to PS3 games.
So the tier that I have, you say you're getting it too, right, Perry?
Yeah.
Yeah, has the PS 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. So from what I understand, the mid tier, and again I'm like drawing a blank on it, has the PS4 and 5 games. and then there's just the regular one that comes with like the regular like
Dang. I
PlayStation
guess I'm
Plus
gonna have to get
bonuses.
the $100 boy too. Hey.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think they said it's like $18 a month, um, for like the premium. And if you're doing like the, I think, oh, plus extra, I think was the name of it. But if you're doing plus extra, it's like 14 or $15 a month. So different strokes for different folks. But it is one of those things that if you spend more up front, you do save a lot on the back end. So
Mm,
just kind of keep that in mind, especially if you buy a game a month. Maybe don't buy a game and then get that, and then just play the games that are on there. So
Fair.
yeah. But yeah. Anything else on PlayStation Plus before we get into some nerdy news and television?
Um, as of right now, I don't know. I asked this question earlier. Well, I asked this question with to Kyle, and I forgot to look it up. I don't know if G if you know, but oh yeah, I am Juice Rose. Absolutely. It depends. Some games I definitely collect that I still want in my possession because I don't know if they're going to do like the rotation like Game Pass does, like the Netflix is not there anymore. Also, they won't. But my thing is, I don't know in some of these Game Passes in these games, how is their completion list compared? They're like trophy hunting compared to Sony's because I know Dean Rain he said it compares to PlayStation it was not good, but I'm not for sure. And also, I am Juice. I've looked on Game Pass because I got me an Xbox. It's called my PC. There's not too many games on there that I'm really like. I'm sitting there that I want to play this compared to a lot that Sony has because I never had the opportunity to buy Osiris Wrath. Like I played the hell out of the demo, but this gives me opportunity to do so, and I get to replay some of my favorite Sony games that I grew up on. But it doesn't say that Game Pass isn't probably one of the best creations that happen. But that's just I'm just comparing the two when I look at it at just first glance. But I want to see how it plays out, see how it goes. I wonder if Nintendo's going to do something like that. If Nintendo does this something like this, I just want everyone to know that Nintendo has won.
Yeah, Nintendo's not going to do anything like this because they're already doing something like this. And you know what that says? It says, hey, you can give us money and we'll let you play our old games because we are never going to mark down our current generation games. And if you want to buy physical copies of our old games, be prepared to pay ridiculous markups. Nintendo is not going to play this game, and quite honestly, I don't think PlayStation is going to play it much more than what they are. They'll probably because I mean what we have here with the PlayStation Plus Premium, we have a bunch of awesome games, but none of these games are games that came out like a month ago. They've made it
yeah.
very clear that there's no sustainable way for them to maintain quality and release these games under their current tier. But going over to Xbox, it's crazy because Xbox's thing is, oh, the games are day and date. All of our exclusives are here. So the thing is, I actually, as some of you guys know, I actually got a upgrade thanks to our partners over to a very nice beefy PC that allows me to play some games at very nice settings. And I've been browsing through place not PlayStation but through Game Pass, and as you go to the exclusives, there's not really anything there but Halo, Forza, and Flight Simulator. Um, I mean, yeah, there's like a bunch of like Xbox One games that you could kind of get into, but like and a lot of old Bethesda games.
Mm.
It's really weird to like be there now where I can start diving in. I was excited to dive into Game Pass and was talking about it for weeks on end. And now that I'm here, there's not really much to do in it. So I've been playing some Ori Will of the Wisp. I've kind of dirked around in Forza a little bit, but it's like once you kind of get used to what goes on in Gran Turismo, it's very hard to just dial in to what Forza is doing with their arcadey thing. So I don't know, man. Like Game Pass is fine, but I really do think that it's kind of overhyped. I'm kind of curious to see where things are going to go moving forward now that both of these guys are kind of having their own subscription based programs here. Hey, Zayana's here. What's up, girl? How you doing?
I always thought Game Pass was lame because, like, I like you don't gotta own a physical copy of the game, but I like it just owning the game, and it's like you gotta pay like more than once to play. Like, say, so like, what was there? Sea of Thieves was on Game Pass at one point,
Hmm.
and
Well,
say
it's
you got
still
like a
there, but yeah,
oh yeah, you got a bunch of friends that's online on Sea of Thieves, and you paying monthly for your Game Pass or yearly, but then you got to pay. Say y'all be playing that game for 3 or 4 years, you're continuously paying for that game every year or every month or however people got it spread out when you could just own the game and pay for it one time. So I never really, unless you just like, the only thing about Game Pass is if they focused on more story games, like how PlayStation doing, then okay. But like I said, what's another big online game people play? Like, say if Halo was on there, and you having fun, you making Halo friends, and the only way you can play is if you keep paying. You got to play for your Xbox subscription, then you got to pay for the Game Pass subscription on top of that. Like, I just feel like that's a lot of money going into Microsoft. Like,
yeah. I mean, but that is ultimately the strategy. But what we have to think about is like for the person who's only playing 2K, only playing Madden, only playing Sea of Thieves, like that person, Game Pass isn't for you. Game Pass is for the person that does want to play multiple games, or Game Pass is for the parent who doesn't want to buy games all the time for their kids. Here, have this 15 bucks and you better play and be happy with whatever comes to the service because I'm not giving you $60 every time something new comes out. So there's I mean definitely a market there for it. I mean as we see those numbers growing like week over week, but I do agree like for the person that's only playing maybe one or two games, Game Pass definitely is not worth it. Or I mean for that matter, the PlayStation Premium would not be either.
I agree. So there's a lot to actually look into as far as this. Zayana, you are a brave soul. I did yard work, and that's what caused me to have a sinus infection, and I will not be going back out there because I refuse to have dust in my nose again. I give you nothing but all my good positive energy and, hands in the air for your spirit. Spirit bomb. Let's do this. So with that, let's go ahead and move forward to, there's more beautiful news within the Marvel verse. We have a lot of things coming out. Can we just get this over with? Because I got some beef with this, man. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, where are we starting? Are we starting with the man?
Yeah, man. Can we talk about Marvel? Can we talk about
Yeah,
Disney?
because it seems to me like we probably have different opinions. Though my opinion isn't necessarily super strong here.
Right. So Marvel and Disney strikes a deal with Stan Lee's likeness. I feel a way towards this because they did the same thing with other artists who have passed, and I don't know how they're going to use it, but I don't like it. They did the same with Prince with his work, and maybe it's because I'm for the artist at all times, no matter what, be it a creator, a writer, musician. I am always pro them first than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Prince hated Prince wanted you to pay for his projects. Prince wanted you to make that investment. He did not put any of his stuff on any of these streaming platforms. As soon as he passed,
Oh, it was on.
it was on. They put all his stuff everywhere, and you can stream it for free. And Prince is highly against that. Another thing, I believe, was the creator of SpongeBob. They continue the series. They continue the series. I believe after his passing,
Milking,
milking
milking. Oh gosh.
milking the absolute hell out of it. And I don't think that's respectful. Like, though, you know what I'm saying, it was a great time to have that. Once the originator has passed, if it's not within their will or anything of that nature, please don't be greedy pigs and take that, because
Yeah.
that's not good.
Yeah, and I mean, to be clear, there are ways to do it. Like, because it's not like he alone made the show. Like, he
Right.
has a team, and if his team is there and the vision is respected, like, by all means, continue on and carry the torch and pass the torch even. But, what they're doing with, like, SpongeBob now is even insane. Hey, look at that. Lexi Wexy, first time in chat. SpongeBob episodes haven't been the same since his passing. Welcome.
You can tell. You can absolutely
Lexi,
tell.
welcome to the chat.
You know what I'm saying? Lady G with her. Lady G always got her people sliding through, and I love that. Greg, you know what that means about our people? They hate us.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, definitely.
no.
But you
That
know
don't
what?
mean your people hate you. No.
But you know what? We're gonna stop at SpongeBob for a second because I think it's time that we go ahead and give away some gift cards today.
Absolutely.
So, first and foremost, here, just so you guys know that this month is May. This is the month of the Blerd Lines podcast May gift card giveaway. Why is there so many May and gift card giveaway? Because it rhymes, and I thought it was fun, so that's what we went with. With that being said, first and foremost, T. Will the Don has taken all the money because literally the rest of y'all are not committing to the bit. I guess I don't know, but my guy T. Will the Don, he took that password of golden. He slid into to our comments over on YouTube. He is subscribed. He is tuned in, and he dropped that password. So you know what that means? He put a P next to that password. T. Will the Don, look out in your Twitter DMs here in the next couple minutes. We will be sending you another gift card for PlayStation. So thank you so much for being, a loyal viewer, follower, friend, commenter, conversationist. We appreciate you, bro. Like we really do. So thank you so much. We'll get that out to you here before shows end. And I'm feeling the giving spirit today as well. I've got an Xbox gift card. If you are in the mood and you need an Xbox gift card in your life, please drop a gang in the
Yeah,
chat.
I gotta put that in there.
Let's see who's gonna get to it first. Gang in the chat for a Xbox gift card.
Absolutely. Nice to meet you too, Lexi.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Lexi is just gonna be quick enough since she's already here and she's new. Like, ooh, I like Xbox stuff.
And I am Juice. I was while we wait for someone to post in the chat.
Look at her. Look at her.
Oh wow,
Look,
that was quick.
Hey, all right. So Lexi, what you need to do in order to look, I am Juice. You just missed it,
Like
bro.
just literally.
Just missed it. So hey, so look, this is what we'll do because we've only got one more episode in May, and we did skip an episode. I'm going to give one more gift card away later on the show, so make sure you stay tuned. But Lexi, what you need to do in order to get your Xbox gift card, go ahead and slide into my DMs on Twitter. You can follow me at DadPadGaming. So just make sure you follow me and let it be known who you are. Hey, this is Lexi. Give me that cash. And I will shoot you the digital code for your gift card as soon as I look back at my phone and get that taken care of.
Lexi, I want you to slide in his DMs like a pimp. Put your hands up and show where my money
They're
at.
like, hey man, where my money
Where
at?
my money at? Where my
Right.
money at?
Big Stewie energy. You know what I'm saying?
You got until so and so time to get my money together, and if it ain't here by this time, we gonna have a problem.
Yes,
And then
big Stewie
and
energy.
then send the Stewie picture with him holding some yak, so you know it's real.
You know what I'm saying? So we out here. So again, thank you so much. Please give us a like, give us a follow. Follow our social networks over at the Blerd Line Podcast link tree there, so that way you can stay in tune with all of our shenanigans, whether it's a live stream, shenanigans on Twitter. Because sometimes me and Nick like to annoy each other on Twitter just for shits and giggles. So you never know what's gonna happen. But definitely, back to the Marvel thing, man.
Yeah, back to the Marvel thing. So I am Juice. I wanted to go ahead and address your comment about Doctor Strange being mid. It is not called the Multiverse of Madness. It is called Wanda and Black Force Energy. That is the movie. That is the movie. That's it. That's the movie.
So
But you gotta understand, Wanda is creating that multiverse of madness because y'all broke her. Marvel, you
Yep.
broke Wanda.
I
No, they did not break Wanda at all. Wanda is exactly the way she
should
should
have
be,
been.
and this is the thing. Like, I'm gonna be direct and honest here because the reason that Multiverse of Madness has stirred the pot with so many people is one. A lot of people don't understand that the Scarlet Witch is honestly and truly one of the strongest people in Marvel Comics. Like
Period.
she is absolutely like top. Well, I'm gonna say there's like thousands of characters, but she's absolutely like top 20, 30 characters in the Marvel Comics universe, period. And then on top of that as well, a lot of people were expecting that the clouds were going to part and Goku, Batman, and Superman were going to come out of the sky and fight against Darkseid to save the world so that the X-Men could come in. And for those people, like, all I can really say is like you have to check your expectations. Like, I went into the movie expecting nothing, and I absolutely enjoyed it. Was it the best Marvel movie? No, I maybe give it like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. But I mean, it was definitely better than like than like your low tier Marvel movies. I put it somewhere maybe mid tier.
I get it. I give it because it did the horror aspect because there was a lot of good horror
Yeah,
elements in there, and it wasn't
definitely.
your regular Marvel movie formula. Because once Wanda pulled up after she said a particular line, that's who she was for the entire movie, and to have that type of pressure. So when Jason is on his Jason time or Michael Myers and he's on pressure, he don't let
Hmm.
up. You know what I'm saying? And that was her. Because I don't want to spoil anything. I don't know if anyone's seen it or anything like that. But that was the movie, and I respect them for that. Doctor Strange moments was cool. I do have some gripes. I believe Marvel needs to take their time because simply some of the CGI isn't as smooth as it used to be. I know Iron Man's CGI was phenomenal, still holds up to this date. But I digress. It's a good movie. You should check it out. Because Black Force Energy, I definitely bought me a pair after that,
Man.
and I said I'm gonna
So
dress up like Wanda, and I had on
so
black Dickies,
so
black
I gotta
T-shirt.
correct you again, man, because I think I said this last week, but this is beyond Black Force Energy. Anybody that remembers those black on black 2 for 89.99 white felines, the high top. This is absolutely black feli energy. Like just like if you've not seen the movie yet, go watch it. We don't want to spoil it just yet, but like for anyone who watched, especially Endgame and Infinity War and was confused, like why is Wanda just rolling over and letting this happen? This movie is dedicated to you. Okay.
I just want to quote her clip from the movie clip. She said, "You break the rules, you're the hero. I break the rules, I'm the enemy."
How
Wanda, I
hypo-
was like,
how hypocritical is that? Whew.
um,
But Lady Gaga,
Six.
I want to go a bit further. She said, if you give me what I want, you will remain as Wanda. If not, I'm pulling up as Scarlet Witch. I'm like, oh.
oh, oh,
She said,
what?
bars, Nick, bars.
I did not hear that part. Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's when. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we'll talk after stream because when she said that, I was like, ooh, Wanda, talk dirty to me, talk dirty to me. But again, so we can get back. Greg, what is your? I want to know both of you guys' takes on how Marvel is going to use Stan Lee's likeness because again, it's for me. There should have been more of a passing of the torch. I love Stan Lee cameos in all the movies. A good replacement, I think, will be phenomenal. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool pulling up and randomly.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds does no wrong to me.
Yeah, Lady Gunner, I'll let you go first here on your opinions on this deal here.
Oh, just like the Prince thing. I feel like Stanley probably would have wanted it because he loved his fans, but I feel like, there's nothing in his will that says it. no family members that's like, oh yeah, okay, go ahead, Stan would have wanted this. So I'm kind of just like, I'm not with it because every time I see it, I'm be like, dang, this man dead, and y'all just got him propped up in a movie, or like that's not even Stan Lee. Y'all just put out a copycat. Like that's like somebody trying to make Black Panther and replacing it and be like, oh, this would be like the new Chadwick Boseman. Like, no, bro, I'm totally like against it. Like he said, Deadpool or Spider Man popping up and scooping somebody up and like, oh, you're okay, like totally fine with that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely so. So, and I'm not mad at those opinions. However, I'm actually on the opposite of you guys this time.
Of course.
Um, this is but I have good reason because this is something that Stan Lee literally did up until the time that he could not do anymore. You know, like we saw him as a healthy old man, we saw him as a sick old man, still wanting to be here, still communicating with his audience and his fans, and still popping up in these movies. Like the cameos are a part of him and his legacy. So for me, I feel like because I did read somewhere that the family is okay with it because the family is more or less in charge of his estate.
Hmm.
Um, so the family approves it. It's not like when Stanley died, he was at odds with Marvel and Disney. He was a willing participant in these cameos. Um, and like I think it would be a bigger issue for me if it was like, all right, we're gonna make a Stan Lee movie and we're gonna use Stan Lee's like a deep fake Stan Lee for the movie, or Stan Lee is gonna be a main character. In that point, I feel like you guys would be pretty much exploiting his memory for money because you're making a story, a movie based on him and trying to sell him. But as we've seen now, we've gotten like 5 or 6 Marvel movies without Stan Lee in them, and they still sell the same. It's not like anyone ever goes to the movie theaters to say, man, I'm only here for the Stanley cameo. People are here for the movies, and the Stanley cameo is just the cherry on top. So, like, for that reason, I'm okay with it. I don't really feel like it's exploitative in this particular instance. But what does concern me in this particular instance is they have the agreement says that it's for 20 years and they can use his likeness as Disney and Marvel sees fit. So right now, we've got Kevin Feige in charge of Marvel Studios, and he's doing a wonderful job, and he respects the source material. He understands and he loves the fans and the source material. I fear what may happen one day when Kevin Feige is not in control and someone else comes in during this 20-year period, and maybe they don't have the same respect and love. So I'm okay with it today, but I am extremely fearful of what could happen in the future if we get someone who just doesn't care as much. So,
Right. And I have to correct you because behind the scenes, the whole standpoint of Stan Lee and his love, it was a love hate relationship with some of the people in his family in the estate that's being handled from his healthcare standpoint, because a lot of it's rumored to have it that Stan Lee was going through it during his time of his final days here. So there's that we have to think of. And then we all
And
know
then did he sue one of the companies? Like
I'm
he
no. So I think what you're referring to is uh, Disney technically had to press charges against the Stan Lee's family. And it wasn't like an aggressive suit, but what happens is like when you have like ownership of like licensing and such, it only lasts so long before it defaults back to the estate and the owners. So it was
Mhm.
more like a legal formality where it's like, hey, we're pressing charges to get the stuff, in turn we're going to give you money. So it was like a big news story for absolutely no reason. It all got handled behind the scenes, and everything just continued on as is. But I do know that there was like some beef between like Stan Lee and some of his family members before he had left because he felt like some of them were exploiting him. So it's
it's
it's to gauge it all though.
right. And my thing is, like I said, I'm always for the artists. Yes, Stan Lee was definitely for his fan base. He loved what he created. His favorite is clearly, I mean, his number one go-to guy, Spider-Man, and what he represented. So there is that. And again, I don't have a problem with it. I just prefer a good passing of the mantle for someone who can carry it in a respectable way, who I believe wouldn't mind making cameos, and I believe that's Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, absolutely.
Ryan Reynolds is literally a good guy for it to carry on. But I know he has different projects and stuff he wants to focus on, so this is not something that, if he doesn't want to do it, there is no worry. But that was something I would love to see. Deadpool pulling up, and the respectable F-bomb every random movie. Who doesn't want to see a random Deadpool just say fuck? I would.
Yeah, that actually would be very hilarious. If
So
he
they actually
popped
have
up
they
and
have
did
Ryan Reynolds like something explodes and he be like actually doing like a Stan Lee cameo.
You know what I'm saying? Or like randomly pulling. Like one cameo that needs to happen is just Deadpool running up behind Spider-Man and giving him the most uncomfortable hug. I will find endless joy.
Not even saying nothing, just hugging him and then running off giggling.
Giggling. that would make a movie go from a 7 to a 10.
Yeah.
That moment alone.
Or could you imagine, like, maybe, Spider-Man always has a superhero landing. If maybe we see at a distance Spider-Man jump off of a building into a superhero landing, and then as we get down to the cut of the landing, we realize it's Deadpool, and then he just kind of, looks at us for a second.
Didn't you?
Right. I will instantly be like, my heart is
that'd be
now.
hilarious.
So, let everyone in the chat, let us know how you feel about your Disney and Marvel using Stan Lee's likeness. Let us know your opinion about that in the chat. And as we move forward, we had a wonderful trailer of She-Hulk, the next series of Marvel and She-Hulk. I have thoughts, I have concerns, I have iffies. But what do you guys feel about the new trailer of She-Hulk? What are your thoughts?
I'm excited. Like, we finally, making a movie based off like a main female superhero. And yeah, it's She-Hulk, and you got Hulk there, like training her and teaching her and stuff. But I'm more excited, because we had a lot of Captain America movies, Spider-Man movies. They actually making a Scarlet Witch movie too. So just to see, and they had Miss Marvel as like a main character movie lead, but that movie didn't really do so well. So hopefully She-Hulk can, go up there with the other Marvel movie characters.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm torn. I know, because I guess I was like doing some research, and apparently, what makes it so difficult is that I guess green is like one of the most difficult colors from a makeup or a CGI aspect to make look realistic and human-like. The advantage that the Incredible Hulk has is the fact that as the Incredible Hulk, he doesn't really look too man-like. He's a big, hulky, beastie figure of a creature who's just humanoid in shape. But she looks rough. And I'm concerned. I'm not going to say like I'm to the point I'm not going to watch the show. It does look like the show kind of have a comical value to it that I think that the MCU needs right now, especially because like we are missing people like Scott Lang who are off getting ready for their adventures, and and we don't really have Thor right now because he's off doing his thing, though he'll be back this July. So I do think it's time that we do have something a bit more lighthearted in terms of Marvel content. But I don't know, man. Like I'm curious. So I mean, I guess that the trailer did its job in the fact that I am curious, but I'm gonna have to watch an episode or two and just kind of gauge it from there at this point. But I'm definitely not sold.
I'm with Angel. Well, I love She-Hulk. I am a fan of She-Hulk. It's
You
just
just want her to choke you, don't you?
you are so fucking right. You are. I want her to punish me. I want her to carry me up and do things to me. But that's here nor there. We're not talking about my fetishes.
Right, we got Inosuke Simp and we got Lady Hulk Simp. Noted. Got it.
Lady Gunner, we need to make shirts. We
Yes.
need shirts made.
Oh my god. I'm here for it. Very quickly, I see Lexi Wexy in the chat say that she went to go see Endgame and didn't have an idea of what was going on. Lexi Wexy, I would recommend to you, if you can throw away maybe 2 hours a night for a couple of nights out the week, definitely log into Disney Plus. If you don't have Disney Plus, definitely go get it for like $10. You can get ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, which is like $30, but you get it for like $10 a month. Go ahead and get that. Slide over to the Marvel section, and I challenge you to watch those movies in chronological or in release order. Either way works. And I assure you, by the time you get to Endgame, you will cry your eyes out, you will laugh, you will scream in excitement, you will cartwheel, you will ram your head into a wall. It is really an amazing experience. And while Infinity War and Endgame do stand well as a sequel series on their own, if you take the time to invest, they are an absolute wonderful and joyful experience. So if you have the time, go check it out. I don't know what your life's like, so yeah, I'm not gonna judge you if you can't, because I definitely get it. I should watch more things that I don't watch too, so I get it.
So yeah, She-Hulk for me, she's not. So She-Hulk is a very athletic woman, like very athletic, beautiful even, and there's just the CGI is off-putting. I know green is quite hard, but I will say Hulk second movie was probably the best green iteration of Hulk that I've seen ever. Mind you, I don't mind our current Hulk. I actually love him. But that personal design of that Hulk was just, to me, perfect.
Oh, are you talking about Edward Norton,
Yes.
the Incredible Hulk movie? Yeah, a lot of people sleep on that movie. That movie is not terrible. Like, it was actually pretty cool, and I think it's a pretty solid Hulk movie. So I'm with you there.
And it carried on a lot of the character. One of the main villains in that movie is in She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Also in Shang-Chi, low-key.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm quite interested in this. I mean, and for anyone who don't know what character I'm talking about, it's Abomination. Abomination's in there, and I can't wait to see him. So there's some give and takes. I'm gonna give my honest take. I'm sitting down. I'm interested. From a design standpoint, I'm iffy. I just want to see how the story is going to be. There's a lot of content, like I stated earlier, from Marvel that's being pushed out. I just want Marvel to take their time for it, because we have. If anyone missed the episode last night of the first episode back of Captain's Lounge, I had I had Charlie Wilson on the show, and he made some good points, and he said Marvel is setting up to have a lot of big bads on here. We have a lot of big bads that possibly can be in here. You have, of course, Kang the Conqueror. You have Dormammu. You have the setup for Secret Wars, which will have the Fantastic Four, which you're going to have you have Dr. Von Doom. You're going to have Mr. Doom, and the version I love so much, God Emperor Doom, because he's daddy. We have that version in there. And then,
not daddy, he's zaddy. You gotta put that Z on.
You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
you gotta put that big D in there, Daddy.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then that leads up to probably one of the biggest villains to me, where Marvel should end off. You have the entity that eats planets. You have Galactus. And you need that as the last final villain in which you can go off. And then you have other series in Blade. You have Loki Part 2. You have, Scarlet Witch movie. And Scarlet Witch is literally an entity of cosmic energy that is just unmatched. And then you have Third Eye, Doctor Strange come about. And there's a lot of setups for a lot of good things. I'm just worried that Marvel is it's just moving a lot of great pieces just too much at one point in time, and I'm just like, pull back.
It can be a little nerve wracking. I do agree.
Yeah, and it's like, and we can just segue into it. Series that I believe should continue, Daredevil for damn sure. If anyone watched Daredevil, you know that series was phenomenal from beginning to end. That series was
It was a Daredevil movie that came out in the 2000s. I feel like they should have made that into a series because he I think he could see at the time. All of a sudden he got blind, or he's already blind, but he could see people in the rain. Like
that was
actor
with
in that movie.
You had Ben Affleck. That was the Ben Affleck one.
That was fun. Yes, I love that movie.
And then the series to me was phenomenal because my boy, what is it? Oh, damn, I'm forgetting. The guy who played Kingpin. That series was great. Like Kingpin was Kingpin in that movie.
Absolutely.
I mean, that series. So I'm really excited for Daredevil series in the works. You have to bring it back. Yeah, I mean Daredevil was in the last Spider-Man movie, so that is beautiful things in the making. I'm iffy about a Scarlet Witch movie. Scarlet Witch already has her movie. It's called
WandaVision.
WandaVision and
But that's her
multiverse.
living in her head, like.
But you have the Multiverse of Madness. That's a Wanda movie.
Yeah, I would argue that movie was probably more of a Wanda movie than it actually was a Doctor Strange movie.
Right. Because
It was a Wanda origin story movie. Now we need her and all her gloriness, all her background. What she doing when the camera's not on Doctor Strange? What is you doing over there, ma'am? Like,
okay, so if they do something like that, that would be. If they do something like that, that's a perfect way to introduce more mutants. Because in the Multiverse of Madness, you have different iterations. So we had our Professor X, we had our Reed Richards. And with those people being showed in the Multiverse of Madness in the different world, means they have their exact copies in the actual world of 616 and the one that we're in now as well. So, with that being said, you can go right ahead and introduce more mutants with an origin stories for Scarlet Witch. That is something I have no issue with.
Okay, I got a question.
I hopefully have an answer.
So, something I was thinking about, and this is going to be a little spoilery. So I do apologize if you've not seen Multiverse of Madness yet, but it's not a huge spoiler because it's already been teased. But Professor X, played by Patrick Stewart, is in the movie. Now, the thing is, this is not Fox's Professor X because the wheelchair that he uses is the animated Fox, or the animated series wheelchair, the yellow one that hovers.
Mm-hmm.
So, my other indication is when he pops up and, the score of the film doesn't play the Fox X-Men theme. It plays the 90s cartoons X-Men theme when he pops up on screen.
Yes.
So, exactly, yeah. So, my thing is, we know that Disney Plus is actually doing a X-Men 93 show, and anyone who watched the original run of that show knows that it got extremely weird, wonky, and kind of like dipped into like some multiversal and dimensional alternate dimension stuff like towards the end of that show. Do you think that we will see that show actually segues into being a part of the multiverse, and that is actually what segues the X-Men into the MCU?
Possibly. This conversation happened with me and Jordan. Hammer Black, everyone give my boy a follow. So I will want, that's a question that I will need Jordan to elaborate on, because I'm not someone as diverse into that as much as Jordan is. So when we have him as a guest, I will pin that for him to answer. But it will be a good segue into it. Man, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I mean it's a possibility, I would assume, but but at the same time, hell, we thought we already had him with WandaVision. We thought we had him again somewhere in Loki, and we thought we were gonna get him again in Multiverse of Madness, and here we are, and they're still not around.
They
At
might
least
bring
not
it
in
in
entirety.
The Wanda movie. The X-Men might have to contain her. Like, you see, she's the most powerful. I'm sure she could probably be Doctor Strange. Well, I don't know. I feel like she
Yeah.
would if she really tried.
I mean,
So maybe you might have to bring the X-Men in. All these group of people, the X-Men,
you s-
Magneto, not Magneto. Xavier, you might have to bring all them people in and to contain her because she a cosmic force, like you said.
Wanda
I mean,
gave somebody
they kind
brain
of already
damage.
did.
Let me
Well,
turn this AC off real quick. I'm about to freeze to death.
Oh yeah, but so with that we have WandaVision movie and Daredevil series in the works. So we can go ahead and move forward to something so grand, so wasteful of money for why Netflix is going downhill and investing money into shows that are completely trash so they can keep this one series alive. Stranger Things season 4 has several episodes that are over 90 minutes long. And when you made that, that was the wrong title. It should have said Stranger Things season 4 has spent $30 million per episode for episodes that are longer. I mean, that have a runtime of 90 minutes or longer.
so wait. So Perry, I gained from this. Are you not a Stranger Things fan?
I am a Stranger Things fan. It's just it shouldn't be the only series that Netflix wants to bank on when they have so many other series that are phenomenal that
Oh
they
yeah.
canceled.
Yeah, and I agree. I think Netflix does have a problem there because, like, the thing is, like, I don't think that Netflix for some reason understands the fact that you have to give a series
Time to mature. You know, like
Oh
there are
God, I
so
love
many
that.
series out there that were okay, maybe good in the first season. Like, could you imagine? Like, granted, I know everybody did not was not in love with the way that Game of Thrones ended. But could you imagine what would have happened if Game of Thrones would have been canceled after season one? You know, we would have just missed that if Breaking Bad was canceled after the first season. You know, like it's crazy that Netflix will be like, all right, well, this show had solid numbers.
Phenomenal numbers.
Yeah, I mean, or for or well, by then we got to understand that executives all they see is numbers, like whatever. But to be like, all right, this show had solid numbers, and there's a rather large fan following for it. But because it's not Squid Games doing astronomical numbers, we're gonna cancel it.
But that's Netflix's fault.
Yeah, that's an issue. Like, so I can't necessarily say I'm mad at Netflix for like dumping so much funds into Stranger Things, because clearly, like, Stranger Things is a great show and it does amazing things. But I do have to condemn them for the fact that not everything is getting the same treatment. Like, we've got to give these shows room to breathe and room to develop. Like, there are so many shows out there that don't even really get into their stride until they get into like their third season, and they're just kind of filling out what they are and coming into themselves in those first two seasons. So
Pause.
I don't know, man.
I agree. So one series that I'm glad they didn't cancel, Ozark. I was one of the first
Yeah.
people that was telling people you need to watch Ozark, and how they allowed Ozark to finish the way it did. Be it if you want to be upset or not, it ended how it should. Each character
Absolutely.
ended how they wanted to go out.
Absolutely.
With
Yeah.
that, they need to one Netflix needs to learn to release their episodes week by week. A great example, Netflix, that you seen happen that was phenomenal, that had talking for weeks, mind you, was when you released the League of Legends series. You did 3 episodes at a time. Everyone was talking about that show until the end of the last 3 episodes. Everyone was talking about that show.
Yeah.
Everyone kept bringing it up because you know why? They were forced to come back and watch it. They were forced to continue talking about it until the end of the season. Some of your
Yep.
high level prolific shows need to be released at a weekly time because it forces out conversation. It forces out theories like it does on Disney Plus or on HBO Max with their shows to be continually talked about, and shows the numbers to keep coming back. You build upon that. You build on anticipation. You build
Exactly.
on suspense. You can't do that
Yeah.
when I can binge watch it in a weekend and be like, you're a weekend conversation.
Yeah, and I mean, and like the perfect way to explain that is like, I remember we were talking about this, and this wasn't necessarily Netflix, but when the Snyder Cut came out a few years back, and I think that was running at the same time that WandaVision was running. The Snyder Cut came out. It was like a 4 or 5 hour movie that was divided into like 6 or 7 parts throughout the movie. They released it at one time. People watched it. They freaked out for a weekend. Maybe they freaked out for an entire week. And then they stopped talking about it. But on the other end, WandaVision was releasing on the weekly basis. And because it was on the weekly basis, it forced people to wait. It built anticipation. And it allowed them to take a show that more or less had the same runtime as the Snyder Cut Justice League movie, and stretched it out to where we had to talk about it for an entire month and a half, 2 months. And I mean, like, I don't understand why Netflix doesn't get that. From a marketing aspect, it works. Like, I get why. I mean, I get in some ways why it can be a little sketchy. Maybe if it's a show that you're not really sure on, and you maybe watch the first season or the first episode and you don't love it, you're not going to binge it. But on the flip side, if you watch it and you love it and you want to tune in for next week, now you've got a commitment. Now you've got to hold on to that subscription. So maybe like drop the first season, the entire show, but if it does well, second season, drop that bad boy on the weekly basis. Make us wait for it. Make us want it, right? Like, am I wrong here?
No, you're not. That's how you tie people in. So there's a bunch of series that Netflix could have did that on. They could have kept the Get Down is probably one of the biggest shows that I should have been like, bro, this was good. This could have had a second season. You could build upon that. Another one, Netflix. If you want to spend money on good shows, you want to pay for these people. Lovecraft Country. Get that show on Netflix. Get Jonathan motherfucking Majors. Yes, I had to say it because that's the only way you can say his name. Get him on Netflix. That man,
He's a bad man.
He is a bad man, and he's producing content.
He is a bad man.
That is the next big A-list. He is A-list. I don't care what anyone says. That is an A-list actor who's doing numbers. Again, Ozark should have been something that released weekly. That would have been phenomenally done. You did it with the League of Legends show. Good. Do some with some of your anime shows that you're investing into. Get more studios under your belt. Netflix, you have an opportunity because you're falling fast. Build yourself up.
There's too much competition out there right now, and when you can subscribe for a month to watch everything that you want in a week and then slide out, it's justifiable to come in, drop that $10 or maybe $15 if you want to watch that stuff in 4K, get it done, cancel your subscription, and then pop back over to Disney Plus, where you have to stay there to watch every episode of what's that next show coming out, the Star Wars gig. But I'm drawing a blank right now. But he's the Obi-Wan. There we go. So yeah, like if you have to stay around and you have to keep that subscription for 6 weeks, 8 weeks to get that, then you're going to stay around for it. But all in all, I mean, it's not my money, so whatever.
Yeah, I just want to say Netflix. I like y'all marketing strategy. I'm gonna not agree with these two because I like just coming in and binge watching what I want. I hate being left on cliffhangers. I hate anticipation. Like I want to see what happens next and what happens next. Like what happens next. Like I can't go to bed like, oh my god, that was so awesome and be happy. Like I'm not that. Like no, what happens next? Next episode. And then when I'm done, I'm done. I understand it. Marketing wise, yes. Like y'all should drop the episode like daily, and they do that. I don't know if y'all ever seen the ultimatum. So Netflix was
Yeah,
dropping
but that's
shows
like with
like
their
every
reality
Thursday.
shows, though.
Yeah. But movie wise, I like that. I just started watching Ozark. Even the Stranger Things series. Like
Yeah,
something happened to 11. She got kidnapped, and then they ended what the little boy is staring over the hill. Like we gotta go in there. And like for me, next episode, I ain't finna pause it right there. Like no, what happened to
you're
her? Like where's
greedy.
she
You
at?
hate
Yeah,
anticipation.
yes,
You're
yes,
greedy. Just
yes.
say you're greedy. That's what it is. And
I
people like
cannot.
that, people like Angel, forces people to come back. That is a perfect example.
Yeah,
Bring
but
them
see,
back.
Everybody would be watching, everybody be talking about the Mandalorian. Then, I wait till all the episodes come out and then I go in there, then I'll be like, guys, did y'all see that? I'm not finna Mandalorian and keep up with the no, no. Put all the episodes there so I can watch it. I
yeah,
do that with
but
any series.
this is the thing, though. You like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I know plenty of people that do that, but the people that handle these series the way that you are honestly the minority. The reality is, just like when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock and everybody ran to Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, it's the same thing with these TV shows. Everyone wants to be a part of the conversation. Everyone wants to be the first one out there with a hot take. So when you control those waves and you have everyone racing to be the first and everyone wanting to be a part of the conversation, it makes it seem and feel a lot longer. And for the people that are not subscribed, maybe Nick isn't subscribed to Paramount Plus, and maybe the Halo show was a hit. I know it's like lukewarm reception, but alternate universe, let's say it's a 10 out of 10 series, and that drops every week. If Nick is getting on every week, he's seeing people freak out about what's going on in the Halo series. He's eventually going to go ahead and say, you know what, maybe I need to check this out. And then he was going to hop in, he was going to check it out, because that's what happened with me with Game of Thrones. After like 4 seasons, and I'm like, why is everyone freaking out about this show? I hopped on, and then guess what? I was part of the reason that other people were like, why is everyone else freaking out about this show? So I mean, there's advantages on both ends, but I think
Hmm.
on a marketing aspect, I think that there is definitely a benefit in holding that conversation, because at that point you get a large benefit of word of mouth advertisement over longer periods of time. Um, but I know we've kind of like got into like Netflix's marketing strategies and like the episodic versus like binge watching model. But like all in all, like I do want to shed some light on Stranger Things itself. Like, are you guys excited? It's like what, 2 weeks away, I think, at this point.
Yes.
Of course, I'm
Like,
excited. I just want more shows, and then you put. So what is it, like 9 to 12 episodes on here?
so yes and no. So the thing is, what is super exciting about this is, just like with the Ozark, they're splitting it up into two parts. Each part is like 9 episodes, I want to say, and it's more or less the same on both ends. Where on part 1 and 2, we will have episodes that are just as long or sometimes longer than movies. Like, I think they said that the or I don't know if it's the season finale or part 1 finale, but they said that one of them is like 2.5 hours long, which is exciting. But at the same time, I'm also like, oh my god, because I sit down and me and my wife, we watch this movie with the big kids, or the show rather. I am super terrified that I am never going to get this show finished, but we'll see.
So it's you have a total of 9 episodes. 9 episodes times 30 million.
Like 270 million.
270 million. This better be the best 270 million show Netflix has produced, or I'm rioting. I will riot.
Look, man, like I said, it ain't my money, it's just my entertainment. Like, what I spend $270 million versus putting other eggs in other baskets? Absolutely not. Because when you break it down over 2 seasons, that's over $500 million that they're investing into this one show.
I'm just saying.
What?
You remember how Netflix had their own gaming development studios and stuff going on? Yeah, me neither. But Pepper's Farm remembers. Pepper's Farm remembers Netflix trying
Yo,
to
I,
get to the game.
I got to take a very important phone call, I think. So you guys hold the show on.
Of course. We're on our last segment anyway. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have CW Evil making Gotham Knight series. CW must be stopped.
So that call was not that important. This conversation is what's important.
That was.
You know what? Before we get into this conversation, let's do some happy things first, okay? I promise y'all we just gonna give away one more gift card today. We're gonna go ahead and give away one more gift card today. Let me reach into my gift card basket and see what we have.
Can I?
All right.
Can I be the one to make this game up this time? You was able to say.
Absolutely. We've got. I'm trying to see where we are. This guy's gone. T. Will took all of our PlayStation gift cards because he's a criminal. Gosh, that guy. So it looks like we've got a Nintendo Switch gift card here. So go ahead, tell the people what they need to do to get that gift card.
So for you to get this Nintendo gift card, I need you guys to comment in our section. What's a good Nintendo question? Oh, okay. Who is the person that Link has to save every single time of every game he plays?
Man, because I had the answer wrong for the longest.
That's easy. I'm throwing a brick at it. Whoever puts the answer in there wrong.
Because I was going to say what was the one character that everyone wanted in Smash that didn't make it, and I think I'm the only one that knows this. Rest in peace, Waluigi.
Man, look. T. Will the Don, man, you just want all the money, huh? You just an overachiever.
He stayed getting it.
He stayed getting it. So I want to be fair. I'm gonna give 10 seconds. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna give him 10 seconds. We're just gonna give it to my man T. Will, because we gotta reward loyalty here. So you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that into your DMs right now.
No, T. Will, you out here taking everybody chances, man.
Right. Look at him.
That.
Let's see. So I'll go ahead and get that out to you now. The tyranny that is CW. Let's go.
Oh my God! So CW needs to fucking be stopped. Needs to be. You know what? No. CW needs to be thrown into a star because they need to be stopped. They have destroyed everything great about anything DC. Destroyed it, pooped on it, peed on it, and then threw up on it. It was disgusting. I hate CW. Why are you making a Gotham Knight series? It is not asked for. It is not needed. It is a waste of time.
Like, nobody asked. No one. Like, there's not a person on the planet that asked for it. Like I could go to Jupiter, Mars. I could go all the way out to Pluto. Whether or not it's a planet or not does not matter. And I could go and ice skate all across Pluto looking for a molecular creature.
I still will not care about CW.
Yeah, and even the little molecular character on my pinky nail that I would need a microscope to look at, that has no TV and is out there in the middle of Pluto wondering if his planet is a satellite or if it's a planet. He's so desperate for entertainment. Or maybe it's a she, maybe it's non-binary, I don't know. But it's desperate for entertainment. And you know what that little molecule is not going to do? It's not going to ask for CW to bring this show to life.
Just disrespectful.
I don't CW has an affinity for destroying things that nerd culture loves. Like, why are they like this? And did you hear that they're also attempting to revive the Powerpuff Girls show? Like, why are they like it's like the most tone and the thing is this. Like, I get that in the 90s, like the mid 90s, Lois and Clark was a popular show. People liked it because there were a bunch of people out there who were hardcore comic book fans, and that was their only alternative, so they watched it for that reason. And then you had a bunch of like teenage girls who thought that the idea was cutesy and romantic, so it did some solid numbers. And nostalgia is a thing. So like, what did they do? They gave us cheesy Flash, they gave us cheesy Black Lightning, cheesy Legends of Tomorrow, and these shows all did well. And Arrow was a little less cheesy, but still cheesy nonetheless. And then they said, what are we gonna do? You remember Archie? Yeah, those comics that used to be in the newspaper, and sometimes people would buy the actual comic books. Yeah, let's put that into a show. Yeah, we're gonna name it after the high school, Riverdale. Yeah, people love nostalgia. And that show did well. Cool. That show's dumb as hell. Like, it's super dumb. Like, I remember my wife being into it for a couple seasons and me watching it and trying to wrap my head around it and being like, the show is dumb and it doesn't make sense. Like, if Riverdale is this bad, why don't they just move? Wait, where do vampires come from? Why are they fighting vampires? Why is there a gang that worships a Monopoly board? Like, what the fuck is this piece of shit? Like, but for them to like continue to pile on the assault, like, y'all took Batwoman. Like, thank God it wasn't Batgirl, but y'all took Batwoman
and turned it into shit.
And one of the dopest conceptual Bat family members, and just like shat on it. Not shit it, shat. That is the past tense of shit. Shat on it. And this wasn't like normal shit. This was like you ate ice cream, like blue dye ice cream. You were lactose intolerant, and you just took the nastiest lactose intolerant, like blue dye level 13 crap on something that we loved. And now, like, here we are again. Like, why do y'all keep doing this? Like, I don't understand.
Why did y'all really want to bring back the Powerpuff Girls? That
Like,
is the most soft porn looking show I've ever seen.
It's just like, somebody at CW is so out of touch to think that nerd culture is the real people that are watching these shows. Like, these shows do numbers sometimes.
There's no way this show is going to do numbers.
But they do numbers to the middle-aged people that think that they're nerds. They do numbers to the soccer moms that think that they are being nerds or think that they're cool.
Oh my God, Greg, you're being gentle. Just rip the fucking Band-Aid off. This person is so out of touch that they are doing the shows for people who can't afford cable, let alone a streaming services. This is the only option of television that they have. That's what they're doing it for. God, just rip the fucking Band-Aid off and keep pushing.
It's like, especially when you see, like, HBO is doing amazing things like Peacemaker. You want to know what's funny, son? What's funny, son, is CW just doesn't get it. That's what's funny, okay? But it's like, you see what goes on. Like, again, Peacemaker was amazing, and what they did with that. Even Netflix with the Umbrella Academy, season 1 was a little sketchy, but season 2 was amazing. We see what's going on in Disney Plus, and and all of this amazing content is being created, and then CW's like, I gotta have my 2 cents. Why
do you have to keep talking, bro? Hush. CW, go to the corner. You're the type of person that everyone say, hey, bring your own drink, and you bring Dasani.
You bring nothing expecting.
You bring Dasani. They bring Dasani to bring your own drink party.
and look, it's even worse because Dasani, that's what you got when you complain and you were like, that's what Batwoman was. That was Dasani. It was like, oh my god, like we don't want this ill Dasani gross. And what did they do? They turned around and they brought us Aquafina.
I thought it was cool.
Like,
I'm like, bro, this is an alcohol party. Why are you bringing water?
like, stop.
Oh my.
I just want to say the only
STAHP.
good show that from CW was Gotham, in my opinion. The baby Bruce Wayne. That's all I'm gonna say.
And there were some things that were wrong with that, but that actually was a solid show.
was a solid show.
But between Gotham and Arrow being solid shows, they just lost their fucking minds.
I mean, Arrow
I don't know about
has
the Powerpuff Girls and Gotham Knights. I don't know
Arrow
what's going
turned
on
into
with
the
them.
Green Batman show so fast with all his fucking Robins. It was ridiculous. CW, you must be stopped.
And it's like, and this is like the epitome of we can't afford Batman. So let's just tiptoe around as much as we can. We're gonna create shows about Batman, but it's not Batman because we can't afford him.
CW is the type of people that you ask for that porn link and they send you an HBO show. CW, must be stopped.
Oh my god! I just
You're
this
so
is raising my
bad.
blood pressure. Like
You're so bad.
it's like, and y'all know me. Like I'm never this guy. Like I'm always like, hey, you know, like unless like because I have a gripe with what's that piece of shit channel Lifetime as well. Like I feel like
What piece of shit? Man.
okay. No,
God.
that's what it is. Like, just like, okay. So, like, don't get me wrong. I love women. Like, women are amazing. They make the world go round. My wife is one of the most amazing people on this planet, and I adore her. But this is what I'm saying. When you look at movies, there are plenty of movies like Sex and the City was a movie in a series that was geared towards women. It was an extremely intelligent, well-written, funny, thought-provoking show that
Sex
had
and
a
the City.
statement to make.
I love Sex
You know what
and
I'm
the
saying?
City.
Like when you look at things like that, even though I don't love it as much, what was that other show with Gabrielle Union, Being Mary Jane or Being Mary
Yeah,
Jane,
Being Mary
whatever
Jane.
that show was. Like what I did not love the show. It was not geared towards me, but it was fairly written. I'm not going to say it was like as good written as what you got from like Sex and the City, but it was another show that had a comment to make.
really
Even
like
as much as
Being
I
Mary Jane, too.
sometimes Shonda Rhimes like goes off the deep end with some of the stuff she does. How to Get Away with Murder, Grey's Anatomy, they are fairly written shows.
How to Get
These are
Away with
shows
Murder
that-
is phenomenal.
Viola
these are-
Davis.
That last season was ridiculous though. Like my
That
goodness.
was
But anyway,
crazy.
um,
That was crazy.
it was like that entire final season was clickbait. It was crazy. But anyway, like these are shows that are primarily geared towards women that are made with some type of care, you know, and there's effort put into it. But when you look at Lifetime shits out things and they say, all right, what do we need for this movie? We need scandal, we need betrayal, we need scandal, we need betrayal, we need betrayal, and we need scandal, which scandal is betrayal and betrayal is scandal, so it's really just the same thing. And somewhere in there we need a ending where everything comes together.
Jesus
And then
Christ.
and then they shit that out into a movie. And then let me tell you something. Because now I'm on my soapbox here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just say this. This is gonna segue into recommendations. And this is my trash. Okay? I don't have a recommendation today. My recommendation is that you throw some shit away. Okay? So this is my
Fair.
thing. You take Lifetime, and what did they do? You remember Vivica A. Fox? Where's Vivica A. Fox at today?
I don't know.
I
I have words against Vivica. She had Kevin Samuel completely twisted, and she has failed from grace. I do not fuck with her at all.
So, oh no, then listen to this. So, a lot of people don't know this, but from the year of 2015 up until our year today of 2022, Vivica A. Fox has been in, and I want y'all to IMDb this because I'm not making this shit up, okay? So, I'm gonna look into the camera, IMDb it, fact check me, I am not making this up. This woman has been in 20 plus movies, all Lifetime movies. They are entitled The Wrong Girlfriend, The Wrong Boyfriend, The Wrong Boy Next
Stop
Door,
it.
The Wrong Cheerleader, The Wrong
You're
Cheerleader
lying to me.
Leader,
You're
The
lying to me.
the wrong teacher, the wrong tutor. Like, go to IMDb. I don't even care. You can break this. You can screen share right now on to the stream so the
Wait a
people
minute.
at home can see it. I'm
Wait
not
a
making
minute.
this up. Go to our IMDb. So this is what I'm saying. The same thing that Lifetime does to exploit women by throwing in cheap scandal, cheap hot topics of betrayal, lies, cheating, abusive husband, cheating wife, fatal attraction movies, just because it is something that is scandalous and will attract women. First of all, it's pandering on a level that's disrespectful because women deserve so much better entertainment. But CW is doing the exact same thing with nerd culture because you can walk into a hot topic and you can find in a hot topic, you can find in the Spencer all kinds of different anime, superhero, villain t-shirts, and that is part of what pop culture is today. Pop culture and nerd culture are one and the same right now, and I love where we are. But CW is doing nothing but making a sleazy attempt to cash in on nerd culture, and it has to stop. Throw CW and Lifetime in the trash because they are disrespectful and they don't care about their audience. They are pandering for the easiest, quickest way to release content, to release it and get that ad revenue and make money. Burn in hell, CW and Lifetime. Off my soapbox.
I mean, that's fair. Angel, anything for a recommendation?
Recommendation. Go to CW now. Play. uh, Nothing right. I would say just get your daily. If you haven't seen any Marvel thing, get your daily Marvel in. I'm getting ready to try to host a thing for like people who haven't seen Marvel. So if you want to get caught up, I'm probably gonna do it in chronological order instead of the order that they released in, just so
Okay.
um everybody can get the good backgrounds on it and stuff.
Good. You
So
get Miss Marvel out the way. That movie's terrible.
yeah.
It's not terrible. It's okay.
It's meh. I hate that movie.
It's okay.
Hey.
So I have a question and then my recommendation. I want people to sit here because if I have to let's look at this evil, you must hear it. You must delete one. Are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Delete Mark Hamill as the voice of Joker from
No.
history, or
No.
delete Kevin Conroy as the voice of Batman from history.
Oh my god.
Eval.
Okay. Okay. So this is not as difficult as it may sound, and I'm
With
gonna
the
make this.
Joker.
I'm gonna. You
Wow.
break my heart. This is what I'll say. If you go and watch other series, like for instance, the Telltale Batman series, where Troy Baker plays Batman, he plays a great Batman. It's a really good movie. I mean, it's a really good game, and if you love those like Telltale narrative adventure games, definitely go play it because you get to take some liberties with Batman that you will never take in a video game ever. Um, but I would say that there are other great Batmans out there. But what I will say about Mark Hamill's Joker is when he is not present, it is always noticeable. So I'm gonna take away Conway, man.
That's fair. I mean, Mark is
Conroy.
Mark. It's Mark, so I'm not choosing anyone else. Mark is
Yeah.
staying. So, but
Yeah.
I'll delete myself from history if that's the case, because they're both,
That's deep.
bro. I mean, those are iconic
That
people.
wasn't one of the options. Dang.
But
I'm sorry. Is your name CW, sir?
fair. But my recommendation is cheer your people on when they get dubs.
Facts.
I've been extremely helpful being able to see A lot of the people from NU doing their own thing and growing and progressing. And I want to give a shout out to Kyle and Jordan for going ahead and starting their own podcast. It's audio only. I can't wait for them to go ahead and produce that first episode. Those guys are very talented. They're guests on our shows, and I get to be one of the guests on theirs. And Sarah out there doing her thing. She's starting to stream. She's getting her Overwatch, and she's getting her Rocket League going. And I'm loving the fact that everyone is doing their thing and moving and progressing. Never hate the fact that we went our separate ways. People always think it's bad blood. Absolutely not. Everyone's doing their thing. Everyone's kicking ass, and I love it. It's a beautiful sight to see. And, I support that. I'm not a hater in that aspect. I don't need to make posts about how this is the greatest thing. You shouldn't watch anything else. I'm going to support my guys regardless because they kick ass and I'm proud of them. I'm happy for them. And we're all in the same avenue. We're all still working together at the end of the day. So I can't wait. Give your people their flowers, man. Definitely support them. And I love those guys for what they're doing.
Except if your people work for CW or Lifetime.
Boy,
Oh, yeah.
stop.
Don't give them flowers. Give them roaches.
Yeah,
Give them ticks, fleas.
If you or if you're Vivica A and you want to do the wrong movie.
Like, did you count them?
Yeah, I actually had it up, and I'm like, there's no possible way she really went in there, but it explains so much in her state mindset.
She almost
of anything.
has more movies in the MCU by herself.
It makes sense on her status on why she looks the way she does and her hatred and everything else. So I have nothing positive to say about Vivica A. Fox. I had a huge crush on her Independence Day. That's why 50 left you.
Like, I even Kill Bill is in my top 5 movies of all time, and at this point I even get irritated that I have to share that space with her.
Hilarious. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. We had another phenomenal episode. I am Juice Rose. Thank you for tuning in. T Will always pulling up. Lexi, thank you so much. Liv, enjoy that silence and that bubble bath. Zayana, I hope that yard work isn't destroying you and you still got something to drink to keep you hydrated. Authentic Z, thank you for pulling up. And, Dad Pat for being here. Lady G, I appreciate you guys always holding it down as we sit and discuss everything nerdy. Greg, can you go ahead and give those people what we call the heartiest of?
Gang.
I want to thank be on the lookout.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Have a wonderful weekend. Everyone be on the lookout. And, that's what I wanted to tell you guys. We will be having our audio of our recordings coming very soon. So if you're on the road, you just hit and you just want to hear people talk about anything nerdy, go ahead and give us a listen. We'll be posting those links in the upcoming weeks. And we want to appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you. And you guys have a great rest of the day.
Oh.